In this video, we're going to explore OpenZeppelin's new smart account libraries for Stellar smart contracts. Let's start by taking a look at the demo that I built. We've got 3 tabs along the top here: Payments, Forex, and a multi-sig wallet. If we go to Payments first, we can send USDC from one account to another, quite simply using a signer, which is a hot wallet stored on the server, which makes this seamless. There's no wallet required. Forex is very similar. We're just doing a swap from USDC to EURC, the euro currency or stablecoin. And then finally, we have this multi-sig demo, which contains the 4 city wallets, the same wallet addresses, which are also smart accounts. But then it also has this multi-sig, which is the wallet we're going to use to look at this smart account library. The global treasury wallet has a context rule, which requires 3 out of 4 signers to sign a transaction for the funds to be released from the treasury wallet back to one of these accounts. So we've got 15 cents in here. We can go ahead and send the contract address for the multi-sig, funds at any time. The multi-sig contract itself can hold set 41 tokens. Now let's release 5 cents from the multi-sig wallet to London. The wallet that's going to initiate this transaction is New York, so that's the first one to sign, so that counts as 1 signature. Then we have the option to sign with these other 3 accounts, so it can be any of these 3. Let's sign with Buenos Aires. Close. And then finally, let's sign with Singapore, and that should release the funds from the multi-sig wallet to the London wallet. Let's go ahead and look at this on Stellar Expert. And if we expand this transaction, and we've called the approved multi-sig withdrawal function, which has invoked this contract, 5 cents of USDC has been debited from the contract address, and it's been credited to the London contract address, because that's also a smart account on the system. Now let me take a couple of moments to explain how the smart account library works, and then we'll dive into the code behind this demo. At its core, a smart account is just a Stellar smart contract that replaces hard-coded signature checks with a fully programmable authorization system. Instead of deciding access with a single key or a fixed set of rules, a smart account composes authorization from 3 independent pieces: context rules, signers, and policies. This makes authorization flexible, auditable, and easy to evolve over time. The architecture is context-centric. A context rule is simply a circumstance of a call, such as a contract invocation or a contract deployment. A smart account can define multiple context rules, each describing who may act, what they may do, and under what conditions that action is permitted. Each context rule contains a name, a scope, an optional expiry, a list of signers, and an optional list of attached policies. A rule must define at least 1 signer or 1 policy. A single smart account can have up to 15 different context rules, each tailored for different use cases such as admin actions, DeFi interactions, session logins, or treasury operations. Signers define who can authorize actions. The framework supports 2 categories of signers. Delegated signers refers to the standard Soroban addresses that can authenticate through require auth calls. External signers refers to the keys that rely on verifier contracts for signature validation. This second model enables advanced authentication because a verifier contract can implement any cryptographic scheme. That could be elliptic curve cryptography like we use for signing transactions in a wallet, or it could be passkeys, BLS signatures, whatever you want. And that list of cryptographic primitives is growing on Stellar. Smart accounts record each key as a pair consisting of a verifier address and the public key. This lets many accounts share the same verifier without redeploying the verification logic. The next thing is policies, which define the business rules that govern authorization. They act like plugin modules. A policy might enforce spending limits, time-based restrictions, multi-sig thresholds, or custom business logic. A policy has a clear lifecycle. It installs when a new rule reference in it is created, and then it performs read-only checks during authorization to decide whether it can be enforced, and then it performs state updates after successful authorization. The evaluation process starts when a transaction calls the smart account. The account gathers all eligible context rules, filters out expired ones, and sorts them with the newest one first. Each rule is evaluated in turn. First, the account checks which signers in the rule were actually authenticated by the caller. Then, if the rule contains policies, it runs each policy read-only check to ensure all constraints are met. Authorization succeeds when all requested signers are authenticated and all policies approve the action. The first rule that satisfies these conditions wins, and any attached policies perform their enforcement step before execution continues. If no rule matches, then authorization fails. This layered structure allows for powerful combinations. A rule could require that a pass key requires a signature for a specific DeFi contract while attaching a daily spending limit and provide admin access for account recovery, for example. The framework supports this composability efficiently because Protocol 23 on Stellar is optimized for storage access and cross-contract calls. These improvements make it practical to chain together multiple checks without sacrificing performance. To integrate the library, developers simply need to implement the Smart Account trait, which extends Soroban's custom account interface. The trait includes functions for creating and managing context rules, signers, and policies. It also includes the authorization entry point, where the account delegates verification to the library's matching algorithm. Common verifier and policy contracts can be shared within the community and reused for different code bases, and it's likely in the future these will all be audited. Smart accounts unlock a new model for building on Stellar. Instead of accounts being rigid containers tied to a single key, they become programmable authorization engines. They adapt to users' devices and evolving security needs. They let developers mix authentication methods, layer policies, and express complex access control cleanly. Now let's dive into the code to see how this demo works. So all the code is open source. We can go into the contracts. Let's take a look at the multisig, source, and lib.rs. You can see we're importing the Stellar account, smart account library. If we scroll down, we come to the main initialize function for the multisig treasury contract. And on line 218, we have this add context rule. So we're going to pass in the context rule type, which is default. We're going to pass in a name for that context rule, which is admin rule. We're then passing in the admin signers, which is a vector containing the delegated admin address, which is passed in the constructor argument. We're requiring that the admin is actually the person that deploys the contract. And then the policies, which is set here as a map. We have some public functions to get the summary and get signers. We have a function to list requests, which is useful for the front end. We can go in and we can see what requests are outstanding, so we can see what is available to sign by the parties within that contract. We have a public function to propose a withdrawal. This suggests that we're going to withdraw funds from the multisig wallet to this address here. This doesn't have to be the signer address, but the signer, we check that that's the person calling the transaction, and then we validate that signer is one of the policyholders. We also have a function here to ensure that the destination is allowed before we go on to process that withdrawal. Once that function has been put through, we have the option to approve the withdrawal, which goes through, validates the signer again, and adds their signature to the threshold of required signatures. You can see that if all that goes through, we have this maybe execute function. If we scroll up to line 160, I think it is, we have this internal function. This isn't a public function. It gets called internally within the smart contract. And then if the threshold is met, we transfer the funds from the USD's token to the person that they're going to. OpenZeppelin smart accounts make it as easy as possible for developers to implement this custom logic within an account owned by an end user. I think in the future, we're going to see more and more account abstraction, and a lot of the technicalities that we see in Web3 today will be abstracted into the back end, with the front ends kind of just doing a biometric login for the user. And that provides the authentication they need to access their funds or to post on a Web3 social media app, for example. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to learn more about the OpenZeppelin Smart Account Library, then there's a full tutorial linked to in the description. And all the code that you've seen today is open source on GitHub, and that's linked to as well. Thank you for watching.